What is up, everybody? It is the True Epic Gamer here, and we are back with a basically part 2 UFO 50 guide of Mortal. This time we're going to be covering level 1C and level 2A. So we're going to do these videos 2 levels at a time, and let's go ahead and jump right into level 1C. Nothing too crazy here at the beginning. You just want to time this right to where these blocks will kill this giant guy. As always with these little guide videos on this game specifically, there are some times where I do things that are a little bit too complicated and you can just not do them, and there are times where I miss a couple of little odds and ends that I could have got. Customize my run to the best of your ability and play the way you want to play. Now, to get in this little spot, as you've seen, all I had to do was blow up those blocks. That pig up there is going to activate that switch over and over again. Just time it right, don't crush yourself with the blocks, and continue on. Right here specifically, you're going to want to try and stand right where I'm standing. It's to the right of those smiley face blocks, and you'll see why. When we explode right there, we open up a path at the bottom and we destroy one of those gray bricks, allowing us to be able to hit that switch without dying. So we come over here, grab this 3. Remember to always kill enemies anytime you're going to kill yourself, just like we did right there. We didn't actually die, but you know what I mean. Kill every enemy you can. Time this properly to where you kill 3 enemies at once, because that always means that you essentially didn't lose any lives at all. Grab an extra kill right there. And make sure when you come up here and hit this switch, you want to try and time it properly where it'll crush that pig down there. I normally do it right after he hits the wall. And make sure you don't stand on the switch too long, because as you guys can see up there, there is a little trap that keeps shooting those bugs. Now for this part, you got to be quick. You want to bait this guy down here and then just jump right over him. He won't be much of a problem. This part, I'm sure a lot of you guys are doing wrong. As you guys just seen, you can just walk into that little pig's little pathway and just go right down. Nothing too complicated. I will say the first few times that I did this, I just kept making stones, kept trying to make those pigs weigh the thing down. It was just super annoying. Same thing with this spot right here. It looks a little bit complicated, but all you want to do is just brick all the way to the bottom, and then you've got yourself a path. If you can, take out some enemies whenever you're stoning your way down. Of course, we got another big guy in our way over here. You're actually going to be able to take this guy out. You just go over there, blow up those bricks. You walk off the edge. You don't actually need to arrow in order to get that 3. Blow up again. That's the second hit on him. And then obviously you need to blow up one more time and you take him out, as well as these stones. Nothing too complicated here. Now for this part here, there's multiple ways you can do it, but if you guys want to get an extra life, then go ahead and try and release all the pigs. You see that I'm messed up right here. Just make sure there's no pigs underneath the platform when you're trying to release the one up top. You're going to need to do a lot of jumping here, a lot of making sure you're in the right position. But let me show you guys what you can do at the end if you were to have released all the pigs. So let's take a look at a different clip here. This time I actually do it properly. You just release the pigs by just standing on the platform and letting them walk onto the spikes. I guess they got really strong feet. These spikes don't affect them whatsoever. So as you guys can see, we let off all 4 pigs. And what you want to do is you want to come over here. You stand a little bit off to the right of the edge. Go ahead and drop a stone down and then stand on top of it to destroy these spikes. Then what you do is just stand to the side. And as you guys can see, each time a pig steps on it, they just die. So depending on where you are on kills throughout the level, no matter what, you'll get at least 1 extra life just by doing this strategy. Now let's go back to my normal clip here. I made multiple errors throughout this run, including that last part, and I still got plus 23. You guys could definitely get more than that, and you could also get less than that and be perfectly fine. Personally, I'm definitely good with the plus 23. Let's go ahead and dive into level 2. Now, if you notice, level 2 starts and you got to be paying attention. You need to be holding right on your D-pad, because as soon as you come out of the helicopter, you need to fly and you can actually skip over a platform, allowing yourself not to die. The first thing you need to know about the water, just because personally I didn't understand how it worked at first, you can actually swim just by holding the jump button. And anytime you drown in the water, your body is going to float to the top, leaving you a platform. So you want to go down there in that little area where the fish can't get you, because if the fish gets you, then he eats your body and your body won't float to the top. And in a lot of positions in this level, you're going to need that. Now you're going to see me mess up here a little bit. I was trying to arrow that fish. Once again, one enemy is not going to really kill or make or break your run, so I'm not too worried about it. Stay as far away from the piranhas as you can when you're trying to drown yourself, because once again, if the piranha eats your body, then it's not going to float to the surface and you're not going to be able to use it as a platform. Moving along here, you can always blow up any extra piranhas you want, but you don't need to, because whenever you get rid of the water, they're gonna drown, or I mean, I guess not drown. I don't know what you want to call that. They're gonna suffocate, I guess. And you're gonna get that kill anyway. You know what, while we're at it, let's just add some extra vocabulary to this YouTube channel. We're calling that reverse drowning, boys. You're gonna wanna reverse drown as many of these fish as you possibly can. Now you guys just see me swim right by those two fish. Sometimes they don't line up that easily, and honestly, if I was you, I would just recommend blowing up those two fish so you can just go on your merry way without having to deal with them. As you guys can see, I'm stepping on this platform as soon as that little bug flies to the bottom right. And you can do that 3 times and then it'll stop spawning them just to get you an extra life. Moving on to this next part, the way I do it is not the way I would recommend it, although it is an easy way. What you can try and do is you can have your explosion up higher, where you leave some of the bricks where you can use them as a platform to jump up to the top right. But it's a little bit difficult to do because you need to be high enough for that, but low enough to blow up the block covering the pipe at the bottom. So if you want to, you can just do it the same way that I did. Just come down here, you need to do the stone twice, and I'd recommend taking out the bugs while you're at it. It's not too much of a loss, so I really wouldn't worry about it much if you just want to do it the exact same way that I did. Now here is another little cheeky little spot where we're able to take out some bugs for free. You want to time your jumps properly with this stone here, and you can actually take out the bugs. As you can see me failing miserably. But once again, you're able to do that 3 times, and anytime you do that 3 times on a spawner, it'll stop spawning just because they don't want you to get infinite lives. And to skip all that platforming down there, we just arrow to the side and blow up to let out all that water. And you'll notice after you drown all those enemies, you still get all those kills. Now this part here, you see I timed my explosion right, but if you want to, you can go to right where that water is pouring in. You can go right next to that pipe and blow up, and you can actually take out these fish at the same time, and you won't have to worry about them whenever you're traveling around, because you do have to get through that water really quickly or else you'll drown. Moving along, nothing too crazy here. We blow up those bricks, we take out 2 enemies at once, and just be careful when you're jumping to that platform. You can get killed pretty easily with that little spawner. Moving along here, we're at the very end of the level now. You want to jump over this guy, but be careful, he's really quick. Then you want to jump down in the water, and your goal here is to blow up those gray bricks in order to release that switch. You can bait the big guy into the water, he'll drown, and then when you go to the very end, just go right in the middle of all these fish and blow them up at once, because you're taking out 3 enemies, so it's free kills right there, guys. By the time we reach the end of this level, we have plus 16, not quite as profitable as some of our other levels, but still going upwards with the lives. I hope this video did help you guys out. If it did, make sure to subscribe. We are almost at 1,000, guys. We are so close and getting closer every single day. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. And as always, peace.